Alright, hi there YouTube, it's me, Morphsuit America, and in this video, I am giving you guys an announcement specifically towards PSO2, because there is a 15% affix week, or a 15% boost going on for affix week. This is big because of the fact that, one, is 15%. The power of the 15% is really goddamn good, and I'll kind of emphasize on why. I'm not going to really showcase it, but I will stress that this will help you when it comes to getting to your max slot value that you want to aim for. And if you don't believe me when I say it's at a 50% boost, and I'll demonstrate my point soon, just know that before I get started, you can download this game for free. You can find that information in the description below, where you can find my video talking about how to download it on your PC and laptop. Understand that this is the Japanese version, however, you can get translations for it by following that guide. There are some other videos down there that you'll see some of its basic stuff, but the one I'll emphasize the most on would be the old Affix videos. Now, I am trying to make new, better videos for you guys when it comes to affixing, because I know that in the past I really haven't explained affixing as well, or it wasn't done in a good way, or personally for me I just want to improve it, so that's what I'm going to do. And also there's a lot of new mechanics and features now when it comes to affixing, so I also want to highlight on that as well, because they can actually help you get to 8 slot weapon slots, or like they're just a lot easier to deal with compared to some other things. Excuse me for that. But anyways, when you talk to Dudu to affix, you need to go to the second option, which is at abilities. Now, what I'm going to do is pretty much show you that I'm going to select two fodder pieces. Now, the reason why I want to select two is because if you only select one, you're not going to get a slight boost or a slight affix boost towards your affixes. If you only use one, it's going to be a different percentage, and I'll showcase that in a bit. But as you can see, if I just select all these junk abilities, and I call them junk abilities because of the fact that, one, not a lot of people would actually purposely use these in combat, but they will purposely select these so they can actually get to whatever slot number they need to get at. So, when I go to a 4 slot, or when I choose another slot in this extra slot option, you can see that the percentage went from 100 to 85%. Now, I was toying around with a Affix simulator to make sure, but when it comes to the what the usual percentage is when it comes to upslotting, you can see that the first three abilities I select are at 100%, but once I choose the fourth ability, that goes to 70% all around. Now, if I add a 15 boost to it, because there's a 15% boost going on right now in PSO2, you can see that it went from 70 to 85, and that is a huge deal, because one, that's a higher percentage you can work with. Two, you can easily get that to 100% just by using a plus 30% affix boost. Two, you could gamble at this, because, like, let's say you have a lot of 10%, you might as well use that, get everything to at least 95%, and then, you know, hope that it works, and then you have a 4th slot on your hand. So, 50%, 15% is a huge deal. And the reason being why you want to use this to your advantage right now is because when you go higher with these up slots, especially if you're working from like a 7th slot to an 8th slot, there's going to be a huge upslot penalty to it, and I'm going to demonstrate that right now. Better yet, I can use these junk abilities. This is going to take me a while. So let's have this at 0, and then let me just move all these pieces over here. If I can, or if I remember what letter I need to drag. Alright, so here it is. So, when you go from a 7th slot to an 8th slot, understand that... Wait, hold up. Oops. I added a bit too much. Hold up. Hold up. Because that was technically at an 8th slot already. Okay, you see everything at 100%, right? The moment I add the last slot, because yeah, this is, yeah, 7th slot, and when I go to an 8th slot, you can see those percentages that were at 100 went down to 30%. Now, for free-to-play players, the highest you could try to push this to is most likely by using a 40%. And as you can see, the percentages are at 70 all around, which is not ideal. And the worst part is, one of these or more of these could actually fail, and it will take your 7th slot that you used to have into something else like a 3 slot or a 5 slot. So if I toy around with it, you can see right there, I'm stuck with a 5 slot now. Now, there are ways around this to actually protect these things, but the reason why you want to take advantage of the 15% is because with a 15% and with a 40%, you can increase those chances to at least 85%. If you have like the 50% boosters on you, you can even push this to 95. Now, don't get your hopes up, because even if it's at a 95, there is a 5% chance of Dudu fucking you up, or Monica, either one of those two. So just understand that there is a slight risk, but it is a higher chance of trying to get from a 7th slot to an 8th slot. Personally, when it comes to upslotting, especially from a 7th slot to an 8th slot, I would rather emphasize on doing that for a weapon. Units are a bit trickier just because you're not at 100%, and units will eat up a lot more of your damn money. I'll talk about that in its own separate video. But yeah, this is why you want to affix now. And if you don't know how to affix, don't be afraid to ask it in the comments. I'll try to help you guys as best as I can. I can also point to you guys to my, well, excuse me, proper English. I can lead you guys towards my old affix video, because at the very least, it gives you the basic rundowns and methods that you should do so you can get started. Because when it comes to affixing, it's really goddamn easy. Like, I can conjure up a formula if you give me some time. I can easily try to figure out the best way to minimize the amount of money you're using so you can actually get the most benefit out of it. Also, I can try to help you when it comes to just making that formula. And also, there's some other snippets that you might want to think about. Just that, you know, you gotta ask. And if you're really trying to get into affixing, I'll really try to help you get to the basic point where you can try to do it yourself. I taught a lot of my friends back then on how to affix. Even an idiot can actually learn how to do it. So don't be afraid to put it down in the comments below, or, you know, go ahead and check out my video. Once again, I'm making new videos so I can update them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What I'm going to cover next is just giving you guys a glimpse at the market, because the market's going to be fucking stupid, and you can actually make a profit off of it. Now, the reason why you want to also take advantage of that 15% is because if you do want to make money off of affixes, you're going to be gambling. You don't want to use the most expensive affix boosters so you can try to sell it off of the market. No, you don't want to use a 50% affix booster, for example, just so you can sell a fodder piece. You want to make sure you use the lowest item that you can go for, which is most likely the 30%. And the reason why you want to do that is because the less resources you spend, and at the cheaper cost, and at a lower cost, and you can sell it for a higher price, then you're earning a goddamn profit. Buy low, sell high, pretty much. But when it comes to affixing, you're gambling, because you are not trying to use as much money so you can get a profit. You're using less money so you can actually get a shit ton of profit. And to demonstrate my point, I'm going to the catalyst. Now, I did make a video talking about Astrosoul in the past, and I am going to emphasize on why it changed. Why the catalysts are actually really goddamn useful now. I'm not going to talk about the Soul Catalyst because it's not a favored ability to go for most of the time, and there are ways around it. Actually, it's still good, it's just that, you know, you actually had to make it because there's not a lot on the market. As you can see, at 3 slots, the Soul Catalyst can be sold at 4,200,000 to set up, which is a lot, especially if you make it for cheap. Now, if you go any higher, you can see that the price actually well, if you go any higher, you can see that the price goes down. And there is a reason to it. But I'll save that all in its own separate video, and I'll talk about why catalysts are actually important nowadays. But let's talk about the Rev catalyst, because that one is a popular one to sort of sell and also make and actually try to make Mana Rev, which is kind of like an Astro Soul, but not really. Mana Rev is actually a better version of a Veculum and a Modulator, or anything that gives you all three abilities, and I'll point out to why in a bit. As you can see, at the 3 slot, for a unit especially, you can sell these things at 2,200,000 and, well, let's just round it to 2,200,000 Meseta. That isn't a lot, but if you think about it, if you're able to mass produce these easily and you can sell them easily, then you're actually getting a profit. I can easily make like maybe 5 of these and then sell them on the market and get 10 million right there. If they sell and if I don't get undercut. Those are factors you do need to kind of consider, but that's more on the marketing side, which I'll talk about in my own separate video. And as you can see, even at a 4 slot, it's not that much of a difference. It's not cheaper, it's a bit more expensive because, once again, it's because of the popularity behind it. And then at 5 slot, it's a lot more just because, once again, popularity of it and people want it. And the reason being is because Mana Rev can actually give you plus 50 SR and T attack, it gives you plus 20 HP and plus 4 PP, which is a good incentive. It's better than a modulator, so you definitely don't want to get a modulator if you can get PP and HP along with it. And then it's better than a Veculum because, like, it's not a cheap version of it. However, the only downside to making a Mana Rev onto your units is the fact that you actually have to go through the formula of getting 4 Rev Catalysts plus an Omega Rev Catalyst so you can make a Mana Rev. So it's pretty much like an Astra Soul formula, just that it's in Rev form. And I'll once again make a separate video going more into details about that later. But pretty much that's it for this video. Anything else I might say might extend this video to a longer length, which I don't really want to do, but yeah. Take advantage of Affix week. Like, do it now. Just don't sit on your arse and don't let your Meseta just sit in your bank when you really need to upgrade yourself. Just do it. Technically, for me, I would do it, but I'm still trying to find a certain unit piece, or I'm still trying to get the Celestial Arm piece to drop for PSO2, but it's not letting me, even though it's like 8 goddamn months now. It's not giving me the arm unit I need so I can actually make the fixes I want. I will most likely take advantage of this so I can make more 15 stars and actually affix them better, and then I will also make separate units for my T attack and my R attack characters, just because of the fact that I want to emphasize on those stats compared to having it all around. Now, the units that I currently use, it is focused around S attack, but at the same time, I might want to improve on it, question mark, I don't know. I might put a lot of money into affixing, but at the same time, I really don't want to, just because of the fact that I have no clue if the live streams are still going to be popular within a couple months. But that's just me stating it out right off the bat. I know the Cleasis units are actually pretty good, and they're kind of below the live stream, but I might use those units for my art attack characters. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, put it down in the comments below. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.